Good afternoon. My name is Dan Scripps, Chair of the Michigan Public Service Commission. I call this meeting of the Commission to order on October 9, 2025 p.m. Madam Secretary, please.
Chair Scripps.
Present.
Commissioner Peritic.
Present.
Commissioner Myers.
Present.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Today's meeting is being held in person at the Commission's office at 7109 West Saginaw Highway in Lansing. We are also hosting this meeting remotely using Microsoft Teams. Telephone relay service is available through the phone option. If you are participating via Microsoft Teams, you may also turn on the live captions by clicking on the More button at the top right of your Teams window, then clicking on Language and Speech from the drop-down menu, finally clicking on Turn on Live Captions. As indicated in the notice for today's meeting, if we lose the remote connection, the Commission will not recess. However, the meeting is available to reference on the Commission's website. In addition, the Commissioners can receive comments via lara-mpsc-commissioners@michigan.gov. That's LARA-MPSC-commissioners@michigan.gov. And for reference, this email is also included in today's meeting notice. We'll have an opportunity for the public to make comments as provided in the agenda. About this, comments are limited to one per person and limited. If you would like to make verbal comments, you must do so in person or remotely through Microsoft Teams or by calling in. For individuals attending in person and who want to make a verbal comment, please fill out a comment available at the front table near the podium. Individuals participating remotely by Microsoft Teams and who want to may click on the raise hand button at any time to be queued up for comment. For individuals participating remotely by phone and who want to comment, you may press *5 at any time to be queued up for comment. Public commenters on both Microsoft Teams and on the phone are added to the same speaker queue and will be called on in the order that they enter the speaker queue. But please do not lower your hand or press *5 again, or you'll be removed and lose your place in line and have to start all over again. Minimize disruptions. Attendees participating by Microsoft Teams or by phone will be muted until we reach the time for public. On with the first order of business as the approval of the agenda for today's meeting.
I move for the approval of the agenda for today's commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Vote on the motion to approve today's agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by unanimous vote. The agenda is approved. Next item of business on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the September 30th, 2025 commission meeting.
I move for the approval of the minutes from the September 30th, 2025 commission meeting.
I second the motion.
Discussion? Now have a vote on the motion to approve the minutes from the September 30, 2025 commission meeting. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by unanimous vote. The commission meeting minutes of September 3rd, 2025. Next item of business on the agenda is the approval and minute actions on the consent agenda, and today the commission is assisted by Staff Attorney Mucci. Ms. Mucci.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today's consent agenda consists of 3 communication matters, 3 electric matters, and 1 gas matter. The proposed orders and minute actions for these matters have been thoroughly vetted by the Commission's technical and legal staff and are ready for your approval.
Move for the approval of the orders and minute actions on the consent agenda.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? We'll now have a vote on the motion to approve the orders and minute actions on the consent agenda. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote. The orders and minute actions on the consent agenda are recognized. Ms. Mucci.
Item 4A1 is case number U21265, which involves an application filed by Upper Michigan Energy Resources Corporation for approval to implement a power supply cost recovery plan for the 12 months ending December 31st, 2023. The order before you remands the case to the administrative law judge to address a petition for intervention and extends the deadline for the filing of Upper Michigan Energy Resources Corporation's next integrated resource plan case.
I move for the approval of the order -2126.
I second the motion.
Is there discussion? I'll have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by unanimous vote, and the order number U-21265 is approved. Ms. Mucci.
Item 4A2 is case numbers U21471 et al., which involve a petition for rehearing filed by Darren A. Wisely, challenging the Commission's July 10th, 2025 order in this docket and seeking to reopen the record. The order before you denies the petition for rehearing for the reasons stated in the order.
I move for the approval of -2171 et al.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Motion to approve the order. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any motion carries by a unanimous. case numbers U-21471 at all. Ms. Mucci.
Item 4A3 is case number U-21655, which involves a complaint filed by Aaron Molman against DTE Energy Company. The order before you dismisses the complaint with prejudice.
Thank you, Ms. Mucci. I move for approval of the order in case number U-2155.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries by unanimous vote. The order case number U-21655 is approved. Ms. Mucci.
Item 4A4 is case numbers U-21809 et al., which involve applications filed by Upper Peninsula Power Company requesting approval of the company's Integrated Resource Plan and amended Renewable Energy Plan, along with its Public Utility Regulatory Policies Act of 1978 avoided cost proposal. The order before you approves a revised settlement agreement resolving all issues in the consolidated case.
I move for the approval of the order -21809 et al.
I second the motion.
Just before we move to the vote on this, I want to highlight a couple of the provisions in this longer-term resource plan from UPCO. First, it increases the energy waste reduction target to more than 2% of the company's total electric load, positioning UPCO as one of the national leaders in saving customers money by reducing the amount of electricity that they use. It also adds a 37.5 megawatt power purchase agreement that's connected to an existing solar facility that allows the company to comply with current and upcoming renewable energy portfolio standards, among a number of other. So I appreciate the company for bringing this forward, our staff for their diligence in reviewing, and the Michigan Department of Energy General, the Citizens Utility Board of Michigan, the Association of Businesses Advocating Tariff Equity, and Billerud Americas Corporation as interveners in the case. I support the order. Any additional discussion? Okay, we will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote, and the order case numbers U-21809 et al. Is approved.
Item 4A5 is case number U-21975, which involves, on the Commission's own motion, the award of grants under the Renewable Energy and Electrification Infrastructure Enhancement and Development Grant Program under Public Act 121 of 2024. Staff member Amy Rittenhouse will describe this order.
Good afternoon. On July 24th, 2024, Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed into law Public Act 121 of 2024, directing the Michigan Public Service Commission to develop a new renewable energy and electrification infrastructure enhancement and development grant program for businesses, nonprofit organizations, units of local and state government, and tribal governments for the purpose of planning, developing, designing, acquiring, or constructing renewable energy and electrification infrastructure projects. Public Act 121 appropriated $5 million, of which $4.875 million would be awarded as grants under this program. On July 21st, 2025, the Commission issued a request for proposals, and applications were due on March 20th, 2025. Per the legislative requirements, a 45-day public comment period followed. Applicants then had the opportunity to submit revised proposals based on the comments received. A total of 76 applications were received, totaling over $40.5 million in both infrastructure development and planning projects, and they were all posted to the grant webpage. The Commission expresses its appreciation to the applicants for providing such thoughtful proposals, as well as those who commented on the proposals for their feedback. In awarding the grants, the Commission used the criteria outlined in the request for proposals, which reflected boilerplate language around aligning with one or more of the goals of the My Healthy Climate Plan, prioritizing projects located within distressed areas of the state, and, to the extent possible, working to balance electric vehicle charging infrastructure grants between those that offer charging at or above 200 kilowatts and those that offer charging at or above 350 kilowatts, among other criteria. Based on its review of the applications, the commission proposes to award the following grants. Ann Arbor Charter Township for a solar and battery storage project. The City of Kalamazoo for a carport solar array project. The City of Ypsilanti for solar on residential homes. Glen Oaks Cooperative for solar on townhomes and a community center. The Lac-Vaux Desert Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians for a community resiliency hub. The Refugee Development Center for a solar project. Regents of the University of Michigan for a community solar planning project. Solar Tonic for community solar LED smart poles with Wi-Fi. Superior Watershed Partnership for home energy assessments, home solar, and an EV charging station. The New Foster Care for a solar green roof with EMS and battery storage system. And then Universal EV received 4 locations, one for a charging station at 240 kilowatts in Alpena, one at 480 kilowatts in Houghton Lake, one at 480 kilowatts at Port Huron, and one for 480 kilowatts in Madison Heights. The total awarded amount for the renewable energy and electrification infrastructure enhancement and development grants is $4.875 million. Details on each award can be found in this order and will be posted to the MPSC website on the Renewable Energy EIED Grants webpage. The Commission will pursue communication with grantees forthwith with an anticipated grant start date of January 1, 2026. As always, the grants are contingent upon review and final approval of the State Administrative Board. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rittenhouse. I move for the approval of the order in case number U-21975.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah, thank you, Tara. I would just like to briefly thank all of our staff at the MPSC who put in so much work for this grant program. Like Ms. Rittenhouse mentioned, there were 76 applications that were submitted, which required thorough analysis and a significant amount of administrative help from our fantastic staff. And it was really helpful for our evaluation and for our final decisions. I'd especially like to thank Amy Rittenhouse, Lynn Beck, Charlie Tidwell, Jessanne Gonzalez-Cruz, Ann Armstrong, Al Freeman, Kathy Cole, the great retired Julie Baldwin, Cody Matthews, Jesse Harlow, Paul Proudfoot, Josh Towsley, Dave Chisla, Jacob Martis, and Tim Sayers. Now I'm excited for the projects to get underway and can't wait to see the positive results for Michigan's energy landscape and Michigan energy customers.
Thank you, Commissioner Paratek. And before we vote, just a few words as well. This is the second year that we've awarded grants through funding provided by the legislature for renewable energy and electrification infrastructure enhancement and development projects. And that followed 2 rounds of projects for low carbon energy infrastructure and economic development projects as well. And the grantees, as Ms. Rittenhouse noted, are reflective of communities all over the state, from Solar Tonic in Highland Park in Wayne County to the Lac-Vaux Desert Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians in the Upper Peninsula. We also had grants in Kalamazoo, an interesting project that combined a solar green roof and battery systems with a good connection with attainable housing in Oakland County. And as Ms. Rittenhouse noted, 5 high-speed charging stations from Metro Detroit to Port Huron to Houghton Lake and Alpena and to the Upper Peninsula as well. So I echo the thanks to our staff for their diligence in review. I appreciate the quality of the applications brought forward and excited to see these dollars provided by the legislature do good work in all corners of our great state. Is there any additional discussion? We will now have a vote on the motion to approve the order. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by a unanimous vote. The order in case number U-21975 is approved. We've now reached the time for public reserved for members of the public to address the commission. As mentioned in the notice for today's meeting, we'll take public comments in the following order. First from individuals attending in person, and then from individuals participating remotely, either through Microsoft Teams or the phone, who have entered the speaker queue. As a reminder, this public comment period is for commissioners to listen to comments and concerns, but not to answer specific questions. When providing comment, please indicate your name and where you live if you are willing to share so that we have it for our records. And again, please limit comments to one per person and keep them brief, no longer than 3 minutes. I don't believe that we have any comment cards that have been turned in. Are there any members of the public participating in person today, attending in person, who would like to address the commission? All right. I don't think that we have any hands raised through the virtual options either, so we may make a good time, although I do have a couple of comments. But at this point, we will close the public comment period. Please note that the public may continue to submit comments to the commissioners via email. That address again is lara-mpsc-commissioners@michigan.gov and is included in the meeting notice for today's meeting. I do have a few announcements before we close. First, as previously noted, the commission is holding a public hearing later this month in Auburn Hills to hear from the community about how certain factors should be considered as part of the long-range plans developed by electric utilities for producing electricity to meet their customers' needs. That hearing will be on Monday, October 27th from 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. at Oakland Community College's Auburn Hills campus. We'll be in Building F, Room 123 at 2900 Featherstone Road. And all of those details, thankfully, are also available on our website. The hearing will be in person. Anyone may attend, and this follows the previous hearing that was held on the same subject September 9th in Grand Rapids. Second, I want to draw your attention to a pair of reports the commission issued this week detailing how energy waste reduction programs help save money for utility customers among a broad range of other benefits, and also showing continued growth in both utility scale wind and solar projects, as well as distributed renewable energy resources. On the energy waste reduction side, the report concludes that investments in Michigan EWR programs made in 2024 will save Michiganders $1.4 billion over the next 12 years, which is the average life expectancy of those efficiency upgrades and other EWR measures. The programs result in savings of 1.73 million megawatt hours. And just as a point of comparison, that's approximately double the total electricity sales for all homes and businesses in the city of Ann Arbor each year, also saving 6.44 million cubic feet of natural gas. In addition to customers, in addition to the benefits for customers who are directly participating, those savings resulting through EWR programs can also help delay or eliminate the need to build costly new power generation resources and reduce the impact of rising fuel costs that factor into all customers' bills. In fact, for every dollar utilities spent on EWR programs in 2024, Michiganders can expect to see $2.40 of benefits. On the renewable side, the Commission's Status of Renewable Energy Distributed Generation and Legacy Net Metering report that we issued yesterday found that electric utilities regulated by the Commission had more than 7,500 megawatts of renewable capacity at the end of 2024, with more than 8,300 megawatts expected by the end of this year. Utilities added almost 1,700 megawatts of renewable energy in 2024, and that was an increase of nearly 29% over what was online at the end of 2023. Importantly, that figure is expected to grow, reaching 17.8 gigawatts of renewable capacity online by 2030, as renewable energy expands to meet the standards set in Michigan's energy laws that were revamped 2 years ago. In addition, the generation capacity of Michigan's distributed generation program increased to 222.4 megawatts, and that was an increase of more than 17% over the 190 megawatts that were online at the end of 2023. My third announcement is to recognize Julie Baldwin, referenced earlier, and Paul Proudfoot, who were recently inducted into the Michigan Energy Innovators Hall of Fame. This was at a ceremony in Detroit held by the Michigan Energy Innovation Business Council. And I want to express my congratulations to both Julie and Paul on being honored. Similarly, we are in the presence of royalty here today, and by royalty, I am of course referring to Commissioner Paratik's inclusion as part of the Crain's Detroit Business 40 Under 40 class for this year. Commissioner Paratik is one of the most widely respected public utility commissioners in the country, and here in Michigan, we see the benefits of her vision and leadership every day. So congratulations on this richly deserved recognition. In addition, as of this, yes, that's appropriate. As of this week, the commission is now on Instagram, or Insta, as I'm told those included on 40 Under 40 lists refer to the social media platform. This adds to our existing presence on X or Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the videos we post on our YouTube channel and our Behind the Meter podcast, giving us one more tool to expand our outreach on energy and telecommunications matters and share important information with Michiganders. And finally, I want to note that we maintain close relationships with a number of commissions across the country, including our colleagues at the Washington Utilities and Transportation Commission, including Chair Brian Ryberick, Milt Dumit, and Ann Randall, who will be installed as NARUC's next president next month. And while we wish them well in all endeavors, when it comes to baseball, I can only say go Tigers. With that, we'll conclude today's meeting unless there are other announcements. All right, the next regular commission meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 6th, 2025 at 1:00 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn today's meeting.
I second the motion.
We will now have a vote on the motion to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries by unanimous vote and the meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody.